And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, rock cod Rick Maxa, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Maxa, back in the Mighty 1090 studios with Baja legend himself, Gary Graham. We're going to be talking Baja, Mexico, and beyond. You stay tuned. This is Southern California's sport fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
A few years ago, Shimano introduced the Tranx 500 reel, and it changed the way we cast for big fish. Now, by popular demand, Shimano has created two new sizes, introducing the Tranx 300 and 400, available now at your local Shimano dealer. Tranx is the dream reel for throwing big baits and catching big fish. X-Ship and HEG technologies combine to provide massive cranking power with a smooth, effortless retrieve. Plus, Shimano's new Core Protect water-resistant technology provides long-lasting durability in the harshest environment. The new Tranx 300 and 400 are available in 2 gear ratios and 2 different handle designs to cover all fresh and saltwater applications. See the new Tranx 300 and 400 at your local Shimano dealer. Tranx, it's not just a new reel, it's a way to fish. Check Shimano.com for all the details. You've heard all about it. You know the angler's catching fish habit, so what's holding you back? It's a fact. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. You can get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Martin Island, 365 days a year. FishDope.com is for everyone, whether you have your own boat, fish on your friend's boat, or a sport boat. FishDope.com has online planning tools, moon phase, tides, hot bite icons, and more. So bottom line is, if you don't have FishDope.com, well, you're probably missing a lot of bites. Membership costs less than $50 of gas, and that's for the entire year. That's right, 1 year. What a bargain. Plus, use the special code to save $20 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
There's a lot of great tools out there to help you land the biggest catch. We've got state-of-the-art fish finders, the latest sonar technology, and a wide assortment of lures and jigs at our disposal. It's all tech to help you land the big one. Do you know who else loves the latest tech? Your San Diego County Ford dealers. Just look at F-150. It's loaded with tech. That's one of the many reasons F-150 is Motor Trend's 2018 Truck of the Year. Great payloads and towing capabilities make it the perfect piece of tackle. Available with an 8-inch touchscreen, fuel-saving EcoBoost engine, and all the latest safety and comfort features, F-150 is the truck that is smart enough for California. And right now, your San Diego County Ford dealers have great offers on F-150 XLT and STX. Right now is your best chance to get the best deal on the best truck. That's California Smart. Learn more at buyfordnow.com or visit your San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. What a fun show today. What a fun show yesterday. Great to be out at Mossy Ford Pacific Beach. And great time, great crowd. That was a really, really fun show. And speaking of fun shows, man, today's going to be a great one with one of my most favorite people in the studio today.
Indeed. We want to thank everybody for coming out to Mossy Ford and the great people over at Mossy. Owen Mossy, great person over there. They still have the sellathon going on. That 4th of July sellathon still going on through tomorrow. Best deals of the year right now. I can't believe that you can buy an F-150 for $199.
That's crazy.
Like a lease, $199 a month, you can drive away in a brand new aluminum-bodied Ford F-150, the best truck in the world.
2018, you're never even going to think about dealing with your car. I mean, just, it was
all your boat around.
The thing that blew me away was not only that they had a Raptor for sale, they had 5 of them. They had 5 on hand at the time. A truck you can't hardly get anywhere, period. You could go to Mossy right now and have your pick from one of 5 of them.
Yeah.
That was a really fun, that's a great dealership, too.
Yeah, they're really nice people. So we want to thank them for hosting us and all the nice people for coming out and being with us. And, of course, Chief Engineer Isaiah for doing a great job for his grandpa, Dick Warren. And great to have everybody out there. And Gary Graham, Baja legend is what you're calling you. And I guess as we get older, we become legends. Is that what it is?
I think it means you've outlived them.
Yeah, well, welcome, Gary.
Hi,
and of
Gary.
course, you are truly a guy that has earned that legendary status in the Baja, much like a lot of your predecessors, including the one and only Ray Cannon and Gene Kira and such like that. How many years have you been traveling and miles have you spent running up and down that Baja highway?
Oh, you would have to ask about the years. 1956 was my first trip to Mexico. My first trip to Baja was in '69.
Wow.
And,
was there a highway?
No, '73 is when the highway opened, and the year it opened, within the first 2 months after it opened, I had started my first trip down it. And since then, I kind of use a standard number, but I know I've driven it over 300 times since then. So,
Wow.
And back and forth. But I don't drive. I didn't drive it this year. I didn't take the van down this year, which is unusual. Usually, every year about June, I take it down. This year, decided not to take it down. Flew down and rented a car and that sort of thing. So it's a little different. I kind of miss that office away from home, but it seems to be working out pretty well.
Yeah, well, it's so easy to fly to Cabo. Now the second largest airport in Mexico. So many different flights and a lot of very inexpensive flights to fly there. But when you first started in the 60s, was there even a Cabo airport in existence?
No, not really. It was all runway. It was basically dirt strips. Yeah. And when I went in '69, I flew out of Tijuana, and Ed Tabor had the Flying Sportsman in Loreto, and that's where I was trying to get to. But and that's Ray Cannon had written in his column about it. That's where I read about it first. And I was taking my oldest son with me. And we went, the plane didn't fly, which I found out later was a very common experience with that particular plane. And so anyway, we grabbed another plane, flew to La Paz, stayed there in La Perla that night, commandeered a cab the next day and went up to Loreto and spent a week there, and that was it. We were hooked, both my son and I. That was it. Since then, he and I both have traveled there extensively. So, and I, as you know, I lived there, had a house there, and so on and so forth. That's my bag. That's just my bailiwick, really.
Of all the larger southern Baja towns, Loreto, La Paz, San Jose, and Los Cabos, would you say Loreto has retained its old world elegance of the past from back then, or has it grown immensely like everything else?
No, Loreto is still very, very much like, obviously there's new hotels and so
Sure.
on, and as you know, when we at La Mission, when we talked to Scott, was it Scott? Yeah.
Scott, yeah.
Yeah, when we talked, Scott and Maria, Scott was saying, this is, what you got to understand is this is like a small town in the U.S. Remember that? And I was really fascinated with that because he said, if I wanted shrimp, I could walk out on the street and say I want shrimp, and somebody would deliver them within an hour.
That's cool.
And you don't do that in Cabo.
No. Yeah, no doubt about it. That's cool. So, what is still the attraction of Baja to you?
Well, everybody looks at Baja, and you can make it what you want it to be. Example being Cabo. I stayed out of Cabo for a lot of years, and I go there now, as you know, spend quite a bit of time there. But what's cool about Cabo is that there's no place in the world that sport fishing is so prevalent.
Yeah.
There's nowhere in the world that I know of, and I've been to a lot of different places. But you get up in the morning at 4:00 in the morning, and you go down to the docks and you just watch. And it's the same thing like at San Diego Sport Fishing Docks. I used to go there when I was a kid and just loved to be there. I shouldn't admit this, but when I was in my teens, old enough to have a car, that was where I took girls on dates.
Nice.
And said, "Oh, hey, we'll walk up and down the docks," and they'd look at you like you're stupid. But the same thing with Cabo. Cabo is the same thing. whether the boat, there's pongas racing around getting lunches, there are others that are getting bait, they're getting their permits, and there's 70, 80, 90-foot yachts, sport fishing yachts tricked to the max. They're all running around, and it's a dance. It's just a symphony and a dance. Anyway, and to answer your question, there are few places. I love the remote. I love the cities. I find all of them. Now, if you turn around and go the other way from the marina, it all changes. Right. Then it's just a big town. Yeah. But the marina in Cabo is the place to be. The Malecon and walking up and down that Malecon is just
pretty amazing.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Yeah, we'll be broadcasting live down there the beginning of October. A big kids fishing tournament down there with the Sport Fishing Association of California. You'll be with us and going down there and covering that.
Yeah, Stars and Stripes is involved in it, and SAC and Fisherman's Landing, Fisherman's Tackle, everybody, and you. Yeah. So it's going to be a fun time. We expect to have 100 kids. What we're doing is we're taking all the kids, the cruise kids that fish in the tournament, the Stars and Stripes tournament, all of those boats, their cruise families are who we're taking out fishing. So it ought to be fun. It'd be a 3-hour deal. We're going to take them out and let them. Actually, what we're going to do, frankly, is we're going to take them out and let them fish with Lucky Joe's and catch all the mackerel and stuff they can, and just have a good time. Come back, and Jorge Tejas is going to provide lunch for all the kids and drinks and so on, and the family, and we're just going to have a great time.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now let's talk about the East Cape, because that's a place you used to live and work as well with Baja Fly, and the East Cape is still such a special location, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I spent a couple of nights with Mark Rayer last trip. Yeah. And it's just a unique place. It's still very, very laid back compared to other communities. It's obviously has changed and gotten larger, but it's still got that personality, that unique personality that attracts a lot of people that end up living there, that they go down, and me included. I lived there 18 years. So.
Yeah, and pretty special place still to this day.
Absolutely.
Bob Van Wormer Sr. From Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol, legendary guy. He called it the Great Fish Trap.
Right.
Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. It still is.
Why?
Actually, well, it's number one, Sea of Cortez, all the bait and everything else is there. But what's happened, I was thinking about that this morning, is that, we went through this period with El Nino, La Nina, and all that stuff that I don't quite follow. But frankly, everybody I'm talking to from Bay of L.A. all the way down to the tip, all the way up the other side, it's getting started up in northern Baja on the Pacific side. But everything else is off the charts. Already off the charts. I don't care. Our tournament, the Stars and Stripes tournament, we fished 2 days. As I said, we had 61 teams that fished over the 2 days. 121 billfish were released in 2 days. That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a 2 fish average per team.
Per team.
Billfish
we're talking about.
Yeah.
Marlin,
sailfish, and one they didn't release, unfortunately, was a swordfish.
Those don't get the release flag all that often.
They hooked 2 swordfish, though, in 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah. But now, the Dorado were slow. The tuna were mostly smaller fish. The biggest tuna, I think, was in the 40s, but there were fish there. But it's pretty much all the way up and down. And La Paz, Cabo, Loreto, they had fishing for the mission, and they had, I think, bigger than that, 45 pound, I think. Dorado was the winner. So
nice one.
Yeah, we're going to be hosting a Yellowtail Pargo tournament with Cast Tours next May in Loreto at the La Misión Hotel.
That's
It's going to be a good time, huh?
That'll be a killer.
Yeah, that's going to be. So you stay tuned for details to follow on that. Now, what a lot of you may not know is that Gary Graham, accomplished Baja guy, was also one of the legendary Southern California billfish fishermen, right?
Now you're talking ancient history. That was in the 80s, but yeah, we did quite a bit. Water Closet was the name of the boat, and I owned a janitorial company, which is why it was named Water Closet. But anyway, we were just a bunch of amateurs that wanted to have a good time, and there were a lot of good guys around that certainly took us under the wing. Lasley, Grossbeck, to name a few, Beak and so on. All of them, they were all very helpful and very willing to share their information and what they knew. And I had a team of non-professionals that all served a part on the boat. One guy cooked, one guy was a mechanic, one guy washed the boat. Everybody had a job, and it was all some great guys, and they were all good anglers, and we had a great time. It was that 10-year period of my life was one of the most special of all of them.
Spent a lot of time over in Avalon, Catalina, fishing around there.
I was a member. I was inducted into the Tuna Club during that period, and Yvonne was that's and
your wife.
Yeah, Yvonne had never fished, and she went from fishing 50-pound very quickly to fishing 12-pound.
Wow!
And she dominated the light tackle 8, 12, and 16. She caught more during that period. Anyway.
Wow!
She was really good.
How do you compare the fishing today to the fishing back then? What like in the 70s? You said?
Yeah, 80s. But
80s.
Here, you mean locally?
Yes.
Oh, it actually last year wasn't what it was, but the last several years have been better than it ever was during that period. I mean, one boat had 100 fish 2 years ago, I think, 100 releases. That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
And that and bluefin, we never saw bluefin.
Yeah.
That and yellowfin were not very prevalent either.
Yeah.
Albacore was the big deal then.
That was a big deal, yeah.
But as far as the yellowfin and bluefin, very little.
What kind of boat was Water Closet?
Well, it evolved from my original Water Closet was a 23-foot Blackman I had custom built. It was the second center console that he built.
That Don Blackman built? Wow.
Yeah, Don Blackman. And then my next boat was, the final boat was a 42 Uniflight.
Okay.
And I had that until 91 or 92.
Another classic.
Yeah.
Doug from Fisherman's Landing always tells like the stories from, and I think that's when he worked at Hook, Line, and Sinker in the, like back in the early part of the 80s. But he said there was always groups of guys like the San Diego Marlin Club would all caravan down, and they all had 26 Blackmans, and there'd be a big caravan of 7 or 8 buddies, and they would all trailer the boats down to Mag or trailer the boats to wherever, and it was always it was a big deal. All the guys in the club, and he said virtually every one of them had the same boat, and they'd all drive down together, and I'm sure that was part of the part of the world that you were in.
Yeah, it was part of the mystique, and it was Blackman. Blackman spent a lot of time at the house that we had in Mexico. Rancho Deluxe was the name of the house, but he spent.
That was right down from Rancho Leonero.
Yeah, exactly. Between Rancho Leonero and Spa.
Yeah.
Right on the beach, and it's gone now. Which I was looking at a picture of it, painting of it the other day, and thinking, I'm glad it's gone. I'm glad that we finished it up. When they sold the property, the developers came in, scraped everything. But if you look on the satellite, you can still see the footprint for the house.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty amazing. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for you today, and what a couple of great prizes that we have for a couple of lucky callers today.
Yeah, you're not kidding. It's just going to be such a great show. And, I mean, you want to talk about a guy that's got so much wealth of experience from everything from, like Pete said, fishing Baja to fishing here at home and small boats and big boats and fly fishing and conventional and everything in between. We're so lucky to have a guy like Gary in here sharing a couple hours, BSing about fishing with us this morning. And if you want to join us, we want to hear from you. There's 2 ways that you can be a part of Let's Talk Hookup. First is with our local line, and that's 858 area code 457-1090. Again, 858-457-1090. That's the local number. Or you can reach us toll-free. That toll-free number is 877-792-1090. One more time, 877-792-1090. And, Joe, boy, just as Pete said, not only are we having a lot of fun talking with Gary this morning, we have 2 awesome prizes at the end of the show today. First of which is an AFTCO performance clothing package, and it includes the brand new AFTCO Barracuda GeoCool performance shirt.
I love that shirt.
It's their latest technology. I mean, just so comfy, super, super lightweight. It's a SPF
Taking it to
shirt.
Florida with me tomorrow.
It's I mean, those guys just progress every time, and better fabrics and lighter weight and better moisture wicking, and this is it's yet again another pinnacle of it, the brand new Barracuda GeoCool Performance shirt. And then with that, you also get their brand new Goliath fishing short, too. So, again, 2 brand new garments from AFTCO and just high tech as far as fishing goes. And same deal with those shorts. Lightweight, super stain resistant, very comfortable, everything that you expect out of AFTCO. Those guys are they're the best. There's no doubt about that. And then in addition to that, another lucky caller is going to win. This is a very special prize, and I know this because Gary, it's like a pet project, and Gary seeks out and finds anytime there's an opportunity to purchase this book, and I know Gary's all about it, and it is the original Sea of Cortez by Ray Cannon, the coolest coffee table history book you're ever going to find. It's not something you can just go out and buy. You have to turn them up.
They don't print it anymore, right, Gary?
No, not for a long time.
It's a very special thing for somebody, and it's the original Baja book. Would that be fair to say, Gary?
Yes.
Yeah, and amazing shots in there.
Yeah, amazing shots, and that Ray Cannon, that was the book that introduced Baja to the world.
Yeah,
Sunset Boats published it, and Ray Cannon was the columnist for Western Outdoor News at that time, and actually, Jonathan Rodon and I share that column. That's the same column.
Same column.
Still going right now.
And this book was originally printed in the 60s, right?
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Pretty amazing.
So somebody's going to get that.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. This is something you can't just go get, and it is the original book from Baja, the Sea of Cortez. So a fantastic prize, and Gary, we want to thank you so much. I mean, that's a very generous and cool thing that some lucky caller is going to get at the end of the show today. Again, if you want to get your opportunity of winning those great prizes, or better yet, your chance to talk to the man, Gary Graham, 858 area code 457-1090. Again, 858-457-1090, or toll free 877-792-1090. And when we come back, we're going to be answering your phone calls. Lots of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090. Alaska is one of the ultimate fishing destinations in the world. This is Rock Cod Rick, and every year the one trip I look forward to is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. My dad and I have been going for over 15 years, and I just can't wait to go again. No one does it better than Kingfisher Charters. They offer the best service, the most comfortable accommodations, fantastic food, the finest fishing charter captains in all of Sitka, and the ultimate value. Sure, I've been to others, but time and time again, nobody beats Kingfisher Charters. You can catch huge halibut like the ones we do almost every year, and salmon, well, Sitka is famous for some of the best runs in Alaska. We also get plenty of rockfish and huge lingcod. And when it comes to fish processing, the best in Alaska is Kingfisher Charters. And listen to this, it's all included in your package. In fact, everything is included except the tips. It's truly amazing how the Kingfisher crew continues the quality of service they deliver year after year. Come and join me on the Let's Talk Hookup trip in June, or just go when you can. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136, or check kingfishercharters.com.
Fifth Avenue Insurance has a new name. It's Snap Insurance, still providing anglers and boaters with the best in boat insurance and the lowest rates. The experts at Snap Insurance will make sure your boat and property are covered right. Traveling to Mexico? Snap has you covered. You can even work with your agent to wrap your home and auto with your boat policy to save even more. Call them for advice on your current boat policy or any of your insurance needs. Snap Insurance, 800-527-6617 or snapins.com. That's SNAPPINS.com.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
Ranch is small, it's very personal, very intimate. I don't think there's anywhere else that you could have the old Baja feel and have all those miles of beachfront, the palapa roofs and the stone walls. There's not a room that you don't have some kind of ocean view. You don't give up any amenities at the ranch. It's just very rustic. You know how when you cook outdoors it tastes better? Well, that's Rancho Leonero. It just tastes better. We have paddle boards, we've got kayaks, we've got snorkeling equipment, of course. We've got 12 super pongas. We have dive trips. We've got over 40 kayaks at the hotel. We've got all accurate equipment, very top of the line. And when the fishing's good, we'll freeze your fish, pack it all up, send it home with you. People love it. They'll come back 5-6 times a year. That's the highest accolade we can get. 1-800-646-2252, 646-BAJA. And RanchoLeonero.com. It's unique.
I got a garage full of fishing tackle, and every time I get out on the water, I realize I forgot something important. but I never forget my life jacket. I make sure my buddies wear theirs, too. Save the ones you love. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For more than 58 years, the American Fishing Tackle Company has been recognized as the premier manufacturer of precision-built offshore fishing tackle. AFCO continues this tradition today with an innovative technical fishing clothing line designed and built by fishermen for fishermen. From our next-generation waterproof shorts like Tactical or Stealth to our new anhydrous waterproof jacket and bibs, the entire AFCO clothing line is purpose-built with the latest AFTEC fabrics and features designed to deliver for the demanding angler. To find AFCO products, go to AFCO.com and find a dealer near you.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego's sports leader.
The home of ESPN Radio. The mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Phones are packing up. Still one line available on each end. 858 area code 457-1090. That's the best one. Or there is still one toll-free number available. That one's 877-792-1090.
Yes, indeed. Hey, speaking of kids fishing, Captain Ron moved to Northern California, so his Crystal Pier Kids Fishing Derby has been taken over by the San Diego Anglers.
Perfect.
And the
How
San Diego
cool is
Anglers are going to be hosting it. It's going to be Saturday, July 28th, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Still free. Still the same place, Crystal Pier, right in Pacific Beach there. If you want more information, check San Diego Anglers website or info@SanDiegoAnglersFoundation.org is where you can get an email. But you just show up Saturday, July 28th, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Kids Fishing Derby at Crystal Pier, the 9th annual. And I'm sure they'll miss Captain Ron, but Captain Ron's happy up there in Northern California. Also, I might mention, too, Western Outdoor News always loaded with great information. This week, big, old, fat calicos. Calico fishing is off the charts there in Southern California and Baja. And it's time to go calico, bluefin, yellowtail, and more. They've got all the information. Check out this week's edition of Western Outdoor News.
And don't forget the best Baja columnist around.
Yes, and that's right. And that's every other week, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, indeed. Now, in addition to Western Outdoor News, you also write for BD Outdoors.
Right. I'm the Baja editor for BD.
Yeah. And so is the different columns in BD as well as Western Outdoor News?
Oh, yeah. In BD, we do a Baja Bites every Monday. And that's a report of the entire peninsula. Then I do at least two features, usually more, per month for them. And then I do, every other week, I do columns for my Road Trekker column. And then usually I do features for Pacific Coast Sport Fishing.
Okay. So Road Trekkers in Western Outdoor News.
Right, that's right.
And then you also do stuff on Pacific
And then I do
Coast
features for Western Outdoor News as well. Yeah.
All right. Very good. Check those out. Gary's the ultimate Baja writer.
No doubt about that for sure.
All right, let's jump into those. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of the Baja, Mr. John Ireland is calling us live from Rancho Leonero. Buenos dias, John.
Hey, John.
Hi, Peter. Hello, Rick. Hey, Gary.
Hey, John. How you doing?
Good. Another good week. It's been a kind of a stellar year. The real news is we're seeing more Dorado now. The Dorado is finally starting to show up in reasonable numbers right down around the lighthouse. We have warm water right now. It's about 83 to 86 degrees, and even further outside is pumping up to 90, probably about 40 miles off. But inside, the water's staying. I was just out yesterday, about 83, 83.5, something like that. But we're holding a lot of fish, both inside and outside. The tuna bite has slowed some, but I typically boats are averaging about one fish per day, but they're bigger fish. The largest yesterday was a 70-pounder. They're ranging from 20 to 70 pounds, and I'd say the average fish is about 35 or 40. But just one a day per boat. A lot more Dorado in the same area, schooling Dorados, some big bulls as well. We've had some real nice bulls. Most of the big bulls are pulling off of the sharp boys north of Pescadero. So there's and lots and lots of smaller schooling Dorado around, which is a good size. Wahoo, we've got a lot of Wahoo this week as well. More bite-offs than you can believe. A lot of monofilament, but we're seeing 4 or 5 to the cleaning table of 25 to 65 pounders. Lots of striped marlin mixed with sails. Haven't seen many blues. But very, very light pressure. Everybody's going after the tuna and the dorado. Roosterfish, big guys as usual for this time of year. 40, 45 pounders are common, a lot around, mixed on all the beaches. Overall, really good fishing again this week, you guys. A little different, a little bit of everything this week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, certainly some good fishing down there right now, and always exciting to hear about those wahoos. I know, you say it all the time. It's not really something you can predict, and it happens when it happens. And right now it is happening. But boy, I'll tell you, John, at the shop at home, we get so many people that come down. I'm going to Rancho Lanero this weekend. What do I bring for wahoo? It's such a crowd pleaser, and always exciting to know that those guys are in the mix.
Everybody wants the wahoo. The big problem we have is, they're fly lining the hooks, tying directly to the line with the sardines, so we're getting loads and loads of bite-offs, with wahoo mixed with the tuna as well, right in the same area. So, gosh, who knows how many we lose every day as well. So 4 or 5 to the table is pretty good news, and there are a lot around. Right on the drop-off between Punta Colorado and the lighthouse, running back and forth along there with Rapalas and cedar plugs is really working.
Nice.
Really well.
Sounds really, really good. And, of course, when you hang out at Rancho Lanero, there's an occasion you may see this Baja legend Gary Graham hanging out and having a cerveza at the bar now and then, right?
Yeah.
Every once in a while he comes by and graces us with a visit. Yeah, we're expecting to see him pretty soon. Coming up here, right, Gary?
Yeah, I'll be down, in the next 2 weeks, I think, East Cape offshore.
Oh, great. Well, I'll be there. I'm not fishing the offshore. I'm going to stay on this side, but I'll be doing the Dorado shootout over at the Van Warmers, and then we've got the East Cape Bisbee coming up too, end of the month. So.
Yep. I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Well, you sure will.
Lot going on here, Rancho Lanero. How do we get a hold of you? We want to come fishing at Rancho Lanero.
Thanks, Pete. It's 800-646-2252. And we've been loading up these fish pictures almost daily, so get on the website, check them out, rancholanero.com.
Awesome, John. Thanks a lot for that. Time to go fishing in Baja at Rancho Lanero, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
You sure will, guys. Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot
John.
for the call this morning. I appreciate that. Now, speaking of going fishing, you are going to Katmai Lodge. Our Let's Talk Hookup first trip to Katmai Lodge this week.
I am beyond excited.
Yeah.
This is a destination that I wanted to go to my whole life, hearing the stories of you talking about it, and just the mix of incredible fishing. I mean, some of, if not the best, freshwater river-type fishing to be found anywhere, and then the mix of wildlife to get to do with it, and just the lodge, and getting to go, and Dallas is coming. I mean, just like every element of this trip is to the tens. I've already hit that point when you were like a little kid, you can't sleep before fishing. Like, that's how I feel. I'm going this week. I'm off the charts.
You're going to love it.
And
the fishing is so amazing up there this time of the year, so you're going to really dig it.
I dig that, and like the variety of different things you can do and catch, and how it's not just fly fishing, it's not just spin fishing, from all the things you've described. It's everything that you want to do. If this is how you want to catch them this day, okay, you drive up and you go do it. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
You got to get the guy to take you king salmon fishing with the spinner, where you cast and retrieve. And when you get hit by those big king salmon in those pockets, oh, my God.
I haven't stopped thinking about it. You told that story, I think it was 2 years ago now, about fishing like little Rapala-type baits on G-Lima spinning rods, and you said you had kings like up to 30 or 40 pounds on we're talking like 8-pound spinning rods. Like you've been battle for 20, 30 minutes to dude, I'm so pumped for this thing. You have no idea. I cannot
and then
wait.
You might get that 30-inch trout too.
That's what I'm saying. Everything about it is prehistoric and big and cool, and I talked to Harold Davis quite a bit at Tuna Wars, and he showed me videos of bears and moose, and like all that stuff is not a big deal for those guys. That's just what it is. It's
one-of-a-kind place, Katmai Lodge. Can't wait for your stories when you come back.
Just wait, buddy. I got it.
You bet. Of course, I'll be traveling to beautiful Orlando, Florida, where it's going to be nice and cool back there. But ICAST show, Gary, you're going there too, right?
Yeah.
Big event.
Yeah.
Yeah, ICAST is the tackle dealers from all over the world collect for this giant show in the Orlando Convention Center. And it's an amazing sight.
If you're in the industry, you got to be there.
Yeah.
It's just a must be.
Yeah, and all the new product is introduced there.
Yeah.
I know AFCO's got some big introductions coming.
There's real big ones with AFCO. I know Shimano's making a huge push this year. This is going to be a very big year for both new technology and new product, and then refined product that's already been out there. Like you said it best. I mean, anybody that has something new, it will be on display at ICAST, period.
I know Seagar has some great introductions at the ICAST
I didn't know
show,
that.
as well as Gamakatsu Hooks. Big introduction by Gamakatsu Hooks. So I'll have all the information 1 week from yesterday, next Saturday, for you on all this new intro product and be able to report. Also, I'm going to go fishing with Captain Benny Florentino. We hired a guide out of Cocoa Beach, Florida, to go fishing for snook and tarpon on Tuesday. So
that's so cool.
That's going to be an exciting thing. And flying, there's a lot of people don't know this, but Alaska Airlines, one of our sponsors here, has a nonstop flight that goes San Diego to Orlando. And how easy is that?
Easiest airport in the world to deal with. You just drop in and boom, you're there. No stops, no nothing. Few hours and you're in fishing craziness.
Yep,
that's
for
cool.
Sure. So I'll have full reports, but I'll be really looking to Ricky's report the following week. But of course, next Saturday and Sunday, my co-host will be the one and only Corey Sandin. Will be sitting with me here, so we're looking forward to having Corey as the co-host while Ricky steps out into Alaska.
And what a great time to have Corey with the insane bass fishing that's going on right now. I mean, that's the one thing. Like, unfortunately, whatever you say, good or bad, the yellowtail and tuna fishing has been so good the last week or so that, calico bass just gets forgotten about. There's some of the best bass fishing that I can ever remember in La Jolla going on right now.
You said you went and it was off the charts.
Went for just a couple hours on the 4th. It was hot out and took the dog and just a fun trip and had a couple hours of truly wide open fishing with nice fish to over 5 pounds. The new Seaforth you see every day. Huge numbers of released fish. Great numbers of legal fish too. It is so good right now. The condition is just right. It's very clean water. There's very, very good current pushing all the kelp down. It's into the beach. It's everything you want calico bass fishing to be right now. It's so good.
Was that an afternoon thing?
Yeah, we got on the boat at like noon. We fished till 3 or 3:30. There was never a point in time where there wasn't one fish coming over. We had Dallas had a true double on a Colt Sniper jerkbait, like a 2-pounder on the front hook and another legal one on the back hook.
Wow.
I mean, it was that kind of fishing. We kind of knew that we were in for a really good one when we got to the bait receiver. And I asked, hey, do you guys have any small bait? And the guy goes, well, kind of. He goes, it's not the type you want to put a hook into. And he opened a box, and there was a box just full of, like, true pinhead anchovy. Smaller than you want a fly line with, but if you want to throw a little bit of chum and get those things fired up to eat a plastic, it was the best case ever. And, you sprinkle a little bit of that on the kelp line, and those bass were instantly flipping out of the water, and we knew we were in for a really good one. It was a really, really fun day of fishing.
2 eyes and a wiggle, right, Gary?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But it works for calico.
Yeah, nothing fires the bass up like that. And, Corey said something when he and I were doing a show together several weeks ago that resonated with me, and I never thought it before. When you're chumming sardines, and a calico bass eats 2 or 3 sardines, that's about it. They don't have room for anything else. But when you're talking pinner chovy, they could eat 20 of those things. So just the volume of bait gets in the water and keeps them so fired up, and it was just a rad day of fishing. Super fun. Yeah.
Fun. So good time to go fishing there. Now, I might also want to tell you about, speaking of Corey and MC Swimbaits, Tommy P just finished the latest YouTube. I'll have it up in the next week for you on Kingfisher Charters. A lot of great photos, a lot of great videos. But that Corey MC Slug, if you're going to Alaska and if you can find the MC Glow Slug, is it 9-inch?
I think 8-inch, but yeah, whatever, the big one.
Yeah, and you take it up there and you put it on like a 20. What size lead?
We fish a 12-ounce lead head, yeah. Because you're fishing Power Pro and it sinks so good now. Back in the old days, you needed a 16 or a 20, but nowadays with Power Pro, we just fish a 12-ouncer.
But that MC
the best
Glow
thing ever.
Slug is amazing. We caught so many fish on it.
We have a new favorite now. Glow for sure is one of the best ever. Our new favorite is more like a senorita fish, which is really good for calico bass, but it looks like a rockfish or something. I mean, who knows if it makes a difference or not, but that like orange and yellow slug has become our new favorite for fishing halibut up there.
All right.
Glow's still certainly number 2, but that thing's
halibut,
so much fun.
rockfish, lingcod, the whole deal.
Everything eats it. Yeah.
So, and then also don't forget our app too. Let's Talk Hookup app, super popular. So many downloads on it, both at the App Store as well as the Google Play Store. Adam's doing a fantastic job. We have classic archives. We have the latest shows up there, shows from yesterday all the way back for several months. It's up on our Let's Talk Hookup app. You can access that through our website, letstalkhookup.com, or just go to the App Store or the Google Play Store. Download the app. Gary, I know that's how you listen in Baja, right?
Yeah. Actually, Yvonne downloaded it this morning.
Great.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
good
terrific.
app for sure. It really, really works.
Makes it easy.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into those jam-packed phone lines.
You got it, buddy. Why don't we start this morning with Rick, who's calling us from Simi Valley this morning. Good morning, Rick. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, aloha.
Hi, Rick.
Hey, first question. What can I use for bait that looks like red crab? 'Cause these things up here, from Marina Del Rey all the way up to Channel Islands are just, I bring a sculpin up, deck it, and it's puking up red crab. But most everything else doesn't bite. So what do you guys got?
What do you think?
I'm not real sure. I'm going to defer to you.
We went old school at the shop, and you wouldn't believe how difficult it was to find a current supplier of old school red scampies. But we did, and it took not only did it take quite a bit of doing, but it took one of our people we buy plastics from to go out and research and find old molds. But that would be my thing for sure, especially fishing sculpin. That's literally the reason we carry them is a 4-inch, all red. We pour an all red with red flake, old school twin tail scampi, and a 3/4 ounce lead head, and that. It is your red crab,
That is old school. That goes all the way back to Joe and Lori Graves.
For sure.
It was more work than you'd think to find something that all of us probably have in our tackle box, but to get it in new plastics that are softer and move better, but still, and it's just as good as it always was. Yeah, a red twin tail scampi if you were trying to make a little red crab thing.
And
that's
you
what
have
I go for. We do, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
All right, there you go. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. That does free up 858-457-1090 open right now.
How about we talk to Mike? He's calling us from Rosemead this morning. Good morning, Mike. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning. Hey, just to kind of elaborate on the first guy's question, a AA tomato pepper, it's an exact replica of a red crab, okay? So that's the brand, AA. So hopefully you can find them. But my question to Gary is, have you ever sampled the northern elevations of the mountains up there where the trout live, if they still are in existence?
Yeah, they still are in existence. I personally have not fished them, but I know about them, but they're really small fish. They're 5 to 8 inches, as I recall, is about the size of them, and they're up near the observatory there, and outside of San Quintin. There's a sign there that where to turn off. But, yeah, they're there. But be aware that there are also a lot of rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
Okay, there, yeah. In dangerous territory.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing to do, though.
Yeah. You're very remote. Let's talk about safety in Baja. Is that safe to go up there and drive up there?
Oh,
Do you have to worry about banditos or anything like that? The Frito Bandito, maybe?
Maybe the Frito Bandito, but beyond that, no. I find it to be very safe. I travel alone there all the time, up and down the road, as you know, and common sense has a lot to do with it. But I have not had any problems in all the years I've driven. Actually, any bandito type problems.
Sure.
I've had a breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
It happens.
It could happen anywhere. It could happen in the U.S.
Yeah.
So
my favorite story is I was coming out from Mag Bay, and it was late. It was just getting dark, and I blew a tire, and a couple guys that was at El Rosario. Guys came out, were leaving to go home, and they had had a few cocktails or beer or whatever they did, and they come sliding up. My son Jeff was with me, and they jump out of the car and say, "We'll do that for you." And I said, "Oh, that's okay." No, we're going to do it. So they changed the tire, get it all done. I hand the guy a couple hundred pesos or whatever it was. And he said, "Oh, no, I'm not going to do that." I said, whoa, wait a minute. Didn't you just come to the bar? And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Here, take this. You can go back." "Oh, okay."
You like that?
That's cool.
They did a U-turn. I never saw him again.
That's cool. But that's old Baja, right?
Yeah. And that was only several years ago. So old Baja is still around.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. We got more of your phone calls. We got catch reports, all kinds of great information. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
This is Pete Gray to tell you about one of my favorite places to fish in the world. It's Whalers Cove Lodge in Angoon, Alaska. For several years now, we've been hosting groups at Whalers Cove, and this is certainly one trip I do not miss. Each year, the Powers family makes great improvements to the lodge that make this great lodge even better. New rooms, new boats, new fish processing facilities, new outdoor kitchen. The list goes on and on. As for fishing, the calm waters around Whalers Cove are 100 miles from any large town, so you will enjoy wilderness adventure without the crowds. Whalers Cove Lodge has some of the best salt and freshwater fishing in Alaska, and there's no need for a bumpy boat ride for hours. You can find productive fishing for salmon, halibut, and rockfish just 10 minutes from the lodge. Here's the deal. The word is out on Whalers Cove, so you want to go? Book soon. WhalersCoveLodge.com or call 800-423-3123. WhalersCoveLodge.com for the Alaska fishing experience of a lifetime. Time to talk about great gear from Shimano, and hey, it's time to go fishing. Bluefin, yellowtail, yellowfin, all in the counts, and Trinidad A is my reel of choice. Match that with a nice Therese rod or Terramar rod. Oh, what a machine!
Yeah, so many reels in that lineup, too, from live bait reels to casting reels. I mean, still, if you talk to the who's who of surface iron fishing, there's never been a reel made ever better than a Trinidad 20A. 65-pound Power Pro, put some 40-pound Top Shot on there. There's not a reel that's better for a casting scenario. And with all this yellowfin, bluefin, popper stuff going on, surface iron stuff going on, what a perfect reel.
My go-to, the Trinidad 14A.
Oh.
Man, 65-pound Power Pro, and you put Max Quattro in there, you get a lot of Max Quattro 60 on there. And then you Top Shot it with like 25-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon. It's a machine. It's a biting machine.
Most perfect bluefin stealth rig you'd ever get. Cast like a dream. Bait swims line really perfect. It's small and compact and fits in your hand. But when you hook a fish that was probably bigger than you should have hooked on 25, you're still all good.
You're good. Check it out. The Shimano Trinidad A Therese Rod combo at your local Shimano dealer.
No matter what the season, Rapala lure should always be a part of your fishing arsenal. It's time to stock up on the trolling lure that's proven to catch more fish. X-Rap Magnum by Rapala. Every X-Rap Mag runs perfect right out of the box. All have extreme action with a controlled, deep-diving, aggressive swimming motion. The large diving lip partners with premium VMC hooks and an irresistible rattle. Here's some big news. X-Rap Mags now get up to 40 feet deep with the new X-Mag 40. Spool up with Suffix line, which was designed and recommended for trolling X-Rap Mags, and you have a deadly combo. You should also check out Rapala Husky Magnum heavy-duty high-speed trolling lures built for battling large game fish. The Husky Mag lures, like all Rapala lures, are built tough and available at a great price. So bottom line, the X-Rap Magnum or the Rapala Husky Magnum are the ultimate trolling lures for Southern California and Baja saltwater fishing. Available in a variety of colors and sizes. No matter what you choose, the fish can't resist Rapala. Ask your local tackle dealer which is the hottest color and size, and start catching more fish. See the entire lineup at Rapala.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Phones are packed up. Literally only one line open, 858-457-1090. All right, and with that, it's time to find out what's biting. It's time for the Catch Report, which today is sponsored by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Not only do they offer the best processing for your fish when your trip returns to the San Diego landing, now with Fish Pros The Market, you can purchase fresh fish, smoked and jerky fish, and their famous tuna burgers at their convenient Liberty Station location. Fish Pros have also become famous for their line of smoked spices, rubs, and salts, as well as their smoked cheese. Pick up some at their Liberty Station location. Stop by and taste it. You will be hooked. Let's head on up to Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. Talk to the man. Captain Brian Woolley is on the line. Woolley, there was a good week of weather. I'm guessing there's probably some pretty darn good fishing up at Dana Wharf.
Oh, yeah, we had a fun week, man. Just we saw our local bass fishing continue to be stellar. You know, we had some real fun bass fishing this week. Excellent on both the sand bass and the calico bass for sure. You know, I'd say that the fly line baits, anchovies and sardines were the way to go along the kelp, but sheesh, we saw some nice bass on the swim baits, hard baits, surface iron, you name it, man. It was getting bit this week for sure.
That's cool.
Our sea temps, 70 degrees just about all week. We saw a little bit of 71-degree water yesterday, which was a good deal. We did get that wind blowout on Thursday that put a little wrinkle in things, but still that surface temp, you know, it still kind of hung in there. Both our half and 3/4 day trips, it's been all about capitalizing on this bass fishing. So we'll continue continue to fish that stuff. We're still seeing and catching some smaller yellowtail too along some of the kelp above our harbor there. But it's all been action in along the kelp lines or on some deep spots, some pipes, stuff like that, fishing some hard structure and things like that for both those sand bass and calico bass. The Fury, he was over at both islands this week, Clemente and Catalina. Over at Cat, he had some more of that great bass fishing along with some barracuda, sheephead, and bonito in his counts over there. I think he even has the yellowtail over there one of the days this week. And then over at Clemente, bass fishing, rock fishing, and some other sheephead, whitefish, and things like that to go along with his counts. So even had some great action on some of our twilight fishing trips this week as well. Some big bruiser sand bass continue to bite there along the beach also for us. So things are hitting over here. We're just keeping our fingers crossed. This good weather keeps rolling through. There's even some rumor of some tuna trying to sneak its way up the beach. We're going to keep our eyes peeled for some of that stuff, as well, throughout the week this week too. So all in all, a great week of fishing both locally and, over at the islands as well. As you'd imagine, with summer being here, we're in full swing. We got stuff from our overnights and all-day trips on up to our, easy half days and twilight stuff. So get on a trip with us right now. Reservations are a must, so we suggest calling the landing and making a reservation. The number here is 949-496-5794. Obviously, you can check us out on the web, too, at danawork.com, and we're going to run the same discount that we try to hook you guys up with all week, or every week, HU25. That'll save you guys 25% on one of these local half or three-quarter-day trips.
Come on. In the middle of the summer,
right?
Fishing is off the charts, and you're still offering our listeners a 25% discount on half and
Absolutely.
Wow. HU25.
HU25. Super basic. Just click on the Dana Work banner ad right there on the front of the Let's Talk Hookup webpage. That'll take you over to our website. You can click on the book a trip and just enter that little promo code on the little promo code space there, and it'll deduct that right off your total, and you can pay online.
That's so
Super
cool,
easy.
Wooly. So cool.
Deal. Hey, and we'll see you in the studio in a couple weeks, as well as talk to you next Sunday.
Sounds like a plan, guys. Thanks a lot, and keep it up. Good stuff this morning.
All right.
Thanks, Willie.
Very much. Appreciate that.
All right, let's hit to the beach now. We're going to talk to the surf guru, the surf fishing extraordinaire. Gundy Gunderson is on the line. What's up, Gundy?
Hey, how's it going today?
Doing great. Good morning.
Corbina, man.
You're right, Pete. I would say the theme for this week is if it croaks, it bites.
That's cool.
All the croaks, spotfin, yellowfin, Corbina, Sargo, short white sea bass. And then the kicker for the week was a 20-pound striped bass. So
that's holy grail fish right there.
Yeah, and he backed it up with a 14-pounder. I'll get to it here. Let's start at the top. Another terrific week of fishing. Lots of bait inside, real fishy. Hook, line, sinker reported excellent halibut action in and around the harbor up there. And on the beaches, anchovy and grunion pattern swim baits have been the hot ticket with all the bait in the shallows. That's a report I get up and down the coast. The sandbar has been one of the hot spots there, and actually my buddy and his kid fished it, and they had 2 legal halibut in there, and they were just fishing that tide swing, and it's a pinch in the harbor there where there's sandbar, and those halibut just lay on there, and very fishy spot. Wiley's reported excellent calico bass action in the shallows. 4-pound, 10-ounce calico bass off the beach was the top fish this week. The guy had it on squid, but the swim baits have also been working in there. Guys are just rock hopping and making some nice catches. Chest fishing reported very good Corina action along South Bay beaches. Several fish in the 3-pound class, topped by a 4-pound, 1-ounce fish. Screening for soft shell sand crabs is ideal. If you can do it, you got the time, you got the rake, you can do it. It's worth the effort. Surprise catch of the week on a sand crab, 12-pound striped bass taken on Torrance Beach there. Big fish reported outstanding croaker fishing. Big spot fin were taking mussel, ghost shrimp, lugworms. 2 fish in the 5-pound class this week. Catch 'em tackle reported 20-pound striped bass taken at river jetties. The fish ate a crocodile, the age-old crocodile. The angler went back, same time, same place the next day and stuck a 14-pounder. So sometimes you're on a pattern, stay on it. Hogan's reported some good Corbina fishing from Pochies to the pier, and then State Park was another good area. Fish to 3 pounds taken on the sand crab. The bite still lacks a little consistency there, but it's getting better every day. Pacific Coast reported more yellowtail off the shoreline. on a tip from customers, two of the guys there at Pacific Coast went after work. The guy called him and said he thought it was yellowtail pushing bait at the mouth of Oceanside Harbor. The guys went onto the jetty rock and made some casts. They got a 14 and a 9-pound yellowtail, Pete. A Tatty C and a Daiwa ST Minnow were the two lures that worked. So, there's also some reports off Carlsbad Lagoon of those yellowtail popping up. But what a neat catch report, huh, Pete?
Yeah, unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, Lala and I spent 4th of July over in Coronado, and we walked the beach on the day after 4th of July, and I have never seen so much sand crab. On the beach over there.
Okay.
Unbelievable amounts of sand crab everywhere.
Say fish never leave the grocery store.
The cyclic thing or something. We've been complaining about tough to find in the real hot water. We were struggling to find a lot of sand crabs, and this year, boy, they're like gangbusters.
Yeah, they're in there for sure. Well, Gundy Gunderson, surf guru extraordinaire, thanks a lot for that great report, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
Pete, when you take those romantic walks on the beach, you can't put a little rod in your back pocket or something?
Well, the pull peel pocket fisherman or something like that. Yeah. All right, Gundy, thanks for that.
That's what it's for. Have a good day.
Gundy.
See you later.
That's rad. Hey, that's going to wrap up our catch report. We want to remind you, join Bill Varney and CCA for 4 upcoming on-the-beach surf fishing clinics, July 20th and 21st at South Carlsbad State Beach, and July 27th and 28th at Carpinteria State Beach. You'll learn surf fishing techniques right on the beach, directly from the experts. All the instruction and bait is provided with the benefiting CCA California. To sign up, go to surffishtackle.com and click on seminar. The classes definitely fill quickly, so I would highly recommend you sign up. They're pretty much always a sellout. Again, surffishtackle.com.
All right, Dave and Anza is calling us. Good morning, Dave.
Hey, good morning, guys. Say, Gary, I want to tell you how much I enjoy reading your Road Trekker in the Western Outdoor News there every other week. And you mentioned at the start of the show your first trip to Baja was in 1956.
Yeah, but that was to mainland, not Baja. Baja was 1969.
Oh, well, I beat you then. My first trip to San Felipe was in 1957.
Whoa.
I was just a young kid then, but one thing I vividly remember about San Felipe was all the giant turtle shells laying on the beach and the shark carcasses. Also, my dad and a few friends went out fishing. I have an old black and white photo. They have 5 tutuaba hanging. Every one of those fish are bigger than the men in the pictures.
Wow. Yeah, that was the thing. And back in that day, my dad and I consider grandfather, they used to go over there all the time and catch them. But they were huge, huge fish. But of course, that's all changed. Actually, I just saw where there was recently a planting down off of La Paz for fingerling tutuaba that hopefully will make a difference in the future if we can ever get the nets out of the San Felipe area. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen all them on the Tony Reyes strips. My question for you is, the farthest I've driven down below San Felipe, it was to La Costilla, just below Puertecitos. At that time, it was dirt getting into Castillo. I understand that the road is paved now to Gonzaga Bay. What kind of shape is that road in? And also, if you continue past Gonzaga Bay on to Highway 1, what kind of shape is that road in?
The road from San Felipe from San Felipe to Gonzaga is okay. However, there are some dips in it that will launch you if you're not paying attention. Seriously, I've done it. I mean, you really have to pay attention because they sneak up on you, and they are brutal. But as far as the pavement's concerned, it's okay. It's just those dips. Beyond that, where they're doing the construction, it's still about 20 miles, I understand. I drove it about 6 months ago. It was 21 miles then, but it's about the same, and I guess it's chopped up a little more, but it is passable. A lot of people are using that already, and it takes you in at Laguna Chapala is where you come back on to Mex 1, which is below Catavina, but it's very doable. I did it. I was in my Road Trek, the 1-ton van, and did it in that both ways last year, and it was fine. I didn't have any problem at all. Just take your time and don't try to push it. It's only 21 miles, and you can do it in an hour and 15 hour and a half without too much difficulty.
I see. So if they have a sign that says Vados, you better slow down, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Believe them. They're not kidding.
Hey, Dave, thanks a lot for doing a great job with the casting contest at Mossy Ford yesterday. He was the cast master yesterday, and we appreciate all your help yesterday.
Hey, it was a lot of fun being there.
All right. Thanks a lot for the call.
All right, when we come back, we got another full hour of Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more great information. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
I got my life. Penn Reels has really stepped up their long-range game. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. Come in and check out the new Penn Reels for long-range anglers. The Penn Fathom Lever Drag 2-speed reel has a topless design, full metal body and side plates, plus Dura drag washers. The redesigned Penn International lineup also has a topless design and is precision machined from high-strength, lightweight, aircraft-grade aluminum. These tough new reels are ideal for your next long-range trip. Come check them out at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego or on the web at saltwatertackle.com. Fisherman's Landing is the top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hard-working crew is always looking for ways to improve your fishing experience. We offer the finest open party trips, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet. Fisherman's Landing is now a full-service sport fishing operation offering great half and full-day open party trips. Book online at fishermanslanding.com. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
For decades, the Kona Kai has been considered San Diego's premier marina resort and spa. Now with millions of dollars in upgrades, the Kona Kai Resort is a destination for travelers worldwide who can live it every day. The docks and services are the finest quality in San Diego, and the Kona Kai is the closest marina to the open ocean. As a marina tenant, you enjoy many benefits, including secured free parking, a deluxe health club, swimming pool, and more. Enjoy discounts at their restaurant, bar, and hotel. If you don't have a boat, there are memberships available at a very affordable price. The Kona Kai Club has been offering members a home away from home since 1953. Members can spend their days on Kona Kai's private beach, meet new people in the club's modern lounge, share a meal with family at Vessel Restaurant and Bar, or pamper themselves in Spa Terra. Check out ResortKonakai.com on the web for more information, to reserve a slip, or inquire about joining the club. The Kona Resort, like being on vacation every day in your own backyard.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
The ranch is small, It's very personal, very intimate. I don't think there's anywhere else that you could have the old Baja feel and have all the miles of beachfront, the palapa roofs and the stone walls. There's not a room that you don't have some kind of ocean view. You don't give up any amenities at the ranch. It's just very rustic. You know how when you cook outdoors it tastes better? Well, that's Rancho Leonero. It just tastes better. We have paddle boards, we've got kayaks, we've got snorkeling equipment, of course. We've got 12 super pongas. We have dive trips. We've got over 40 kayaks at the hotel. We've got all accurate equipment, very top of the line. And when the fishing's good, we'll freeze your fish, pack it all up, send it home with you. People love it. They'll come back 5-6 times a year. That's the highest accolade we can get. 1-800-646-2252, 646-BAJA. And RanchoLeonero.com. It's unique.
XEPRS 1090 AM Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego's sports leader. The home of ESPN Radio. The mighty 1090.
There's a lot of great tools out there to help you land the biggest catch. We've got state-of-the-art fish finders, the latest sonar technology, and a wide assortment of lures and jigs at our disposal. It's all tech to help you land the big one. Do you know who else loves the latest tech? Your San Diego County Ford dealers. Just look at F-150. It's loaded with tech. That's one of the many reasons F-150 is Motor Trend's 2018 Truck of the Year. Great payloads and towing capabilities make it the perfect piece of tackle. Available with an 8-inch touchscreen, fuel-saving EcoBoost engine, and all the latest safety and comfort features, F-150 is the truck that is smart enough for California. And right now, your San Diego County Ford dealers have great offers on F-150 XLT and STX. Right now is your best chance to get the best deal on the best truck. That's California Smart. Learn more at buyfordnow.com or visit your San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
It's big, it's comfortable, and she is beautiful. The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence. Veteran captains Mark Paisano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Captain Jeff DuBois has helped make the Independence a top-notch operation. Call Independence Sport Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check the availability on spring, summer, and fall trips now at independencesportfishing.com.